Alright, here we are again with another episode of Watching Shoes. Didn't plan on making any more, kind of like my watch box collection. I feel like my shoe collection is complete, but I had never seen this shoe before, so I decided, what the heck, here we go again. This is called the Nike Shox. Shout out to Vita Turk, rest in peace. She sent me on a mission to go get Nike Shox for her, and before I could get them for her, she had passed away. So, rest in peace, Vita. I did actually find some Nike Shox. I got real good at looking at and for Nike Shox because of that mission. And even though she passed before I was able to get her the shoes, I feel like this is somewhat of a tribute. I actually found some very unique Nike Shox. Look nothing like the Nike Shox that I was seeing in the stores during that hunt for a very specific color scheme that she wanted, which was just about impossible to find. I did not find that anywhere in the country, but I'm sure I would have eventually. But I did run up on these, and I think looking at Nike Shox so often and having it at the top of my mind for so long kind of gave me a respect for Nike Shox. So these shoes were not in my collection. I never really looked for or at Nike Shox until that mission, and I started to develop somewhat of a respect for the shoe. This silhouette is just a cool silhouette. It reminds me of the, what is that, Air Max silhouette. I have one, if not two Air Max. Yeah, I think 3 Air Max total. And I always liked the Air Max silhouette. My first cool shoe in my life was my twin brother buying me a pair of Air Max at the University of Maryland. He had come from Penn State, and I think he was shocked at my shoe game or lack thereof. And we went to the store and bought the best shoe in it, which was the Air Max 96 or 97. They were green. Either way, this silhouette of the shoe just reminds me of that Air Max. So it's got a cool silhouette. That shoe caused me to have a lot less defensive jokes to be told. A lot less people making fun of my shoes, so I had a lot less verbal ammo that I needed after that shoe. So that shoe sticks out in my memory. I'm amazed at how other people change at the sight of a shoe they actually like. So that was mind-boggling to me. All right, with all that having been said, let's just go over this Nike Shox shoe. I think it's quite an amazing shoe. Here you can see an enormous air bubble, an air bubble window for this Nike Shox here. Hopefully this is showing up okay, because black is extremely difficult to shoot. But so you got an enormous bubble there, undeniable. You can see the spring just from the touch. Very bouncy. The back of the shoe is bouncy. I cannot say the front of the shoe has bounced. I'm not sure if it's because I don't apply enough weight to the front of the shoe, or if it's just not intended to bounce at all. See it moving there, but as far as air being there, it's hard for me to believe because there's very little bounce that I'm noticing when looking down at the front of the shoe. I see it, not necessarily here, but I see it in the back. But they went through so much to make sure that this was legitimate Shox. You can see all the way through to the other side of the shoe. So the Shox are real. And I don't know if you remember, if not, you can easily scroll down and see there's an Adidas with a Porsche suspension. I did a video on one of my favorite shoes, and it has a shock system, suspension system, and kind of like that. This one reminded me of an Adidas that used to be a favorite of mine, which was, what did they call that? The Bounce. It was called an Adidas Bounce, and it had rubber circles like this, except just one thin piece of rubber in the middle. Really cool shoe. it was one of the first times I had ever reordered a shoe. Like, went online and found another one once it wore out, because I was really, really impressed with that shoe. It actually got stolen from me in Aruba on the beach, along with my beautiful Tiger Woods Platinum polo shirt, which I never saw again and never was able to find online or repurchase. So, but yeah, a lot of sidetrack stories in this shoe. But it reminds me of a whole lot of different things. So that's probably why it was such an easy cop for me to just go ahead and pick it up. I threw the shoestrings in there. I think I got these out of an Allen Edmonds store. They match my socks, so threw those shoestrings in there. And I don't like to tie my shoestrings, so that works out perfectly. It's a perfect fit for the Allen Edmonds shoestring. So I snatched out the black ones that Nike tossed in there. Nice shot. One cool thing I wanted to talk about in this shoe is the shoe insert. Wow, check out what Nike did with the shoe insert. It's like they gave a doggone, which is extremely rare. I remember I showed you all my Jordan 1 shoe insert. It looked like it was about 10 cents. Balenciaga shoe insert, 10 cents. And then this shoe insert, they really cared. It got a real cool cartoon-like design on it, which resembles the shock locations in the actual shoe. Really, really, really cool. They also carry that design to the bottom of the shoe. You can see looks like a pencil drawing. I actually like the tread on this shoe. It's very knobby. It's like a plate, and then real knobby. Just a cool shoe, and that's what Nike has always gotten my money on. Cool factor. Often when you go really, really into the details of these shoes, they are not well made, but they are just cool. And this one is definitely no different. The materials here are cool. This just feels like it would be durable. I like the clean stitching they did on it. It's clear to me Nike cared about this shoe. Why, I don't know. Nike Shox, but I don't know what I got here. Maybe I have something that I'm not aware of what's going on, the theme behind it, but the details are pretty respectable in this shoe if you look close. Unlike a lot of my Nike shoes where they're cool, but if you look close you realize it's very cheaply made. But this one looks pretty sturdy, like it's gonna stand the test of time. So kudos to Nike on that. We have one Nike check here, none on the tongue, and only one here. Very rare for a Nike shoe. 2 Nike checks. Extremely rare. So far this tread has been very well placed. I've stubbed my toe and had no injury because of this tread system that they have. The shoe is very pointy. It comes to a point. I thought that would be a problem and hasn't been. This seam here being narrow. I have a video of some, they're not Red Wing, yes they are Red Wing 1,000 mile shoe. It's a dress shoe. Well, it's a work shoe. And on the work shoe, they also have a very narrow area here and the side connects to it. And that causes for immense pain here. Great shoe, made out of extremely thick leather, will probably outlast me, but that design causes pain on the pinky. And so far, I've walked probably about 2 miles in this one total, and I have had no pain here on the pinky. I do not use this really cool shoe insert, but I brought it and wanted to show it because Nike took some time to make it. It's nothing like the Jordan 1 shoe insert. They really took some time and effort into making something that has value for a reason I'm not aware of. I do not understand why they did that, but I appreciate it. So I'm showing you something I rarely show, which is the shoe insert on a Nike of all things. I will not need to replace this should I ever choose to have a shoe insert in this shoe, which I probably won't. Very rarely do I ever use the shoe inserts, but if I choose to use a shoe insert in the future, I will most certainly be grabbing the one that came with the shoe, which is this one. That's just cool and unique. A shoe insert specifically designed for this particular shoe. I've not seen Nike go that hard in a long time. So I'll probably end up doing a comparison with this shoe and a previous one that I showed, which was an Air Max hole cut perforated suede nubuck leather that I've already done a video on. But this shoe, I think, really challenges that one. They're very similar, but very different. Because that one, it's hole cut. It's similar to how this design goes all the way around. It does connect there, but it's giving you the visual image of a one piece going all the way back to the other side. But yeah, it reminds me of this shoe, and they remind me of one another. They both have the elevation that you can see clearly all the way through to the other side, except theirs is Vapor Max bubbles. So I want to do a side-by-side at least of those two shoes. These two shoes, this one and that one. Hope you enjoyed this video. On the wrist of watching shoes, I have the Invicta Grand Diver. Yes, Grand Diver. 54 millimeter. Very smooth second hand. Abalone, which matches blue, it matches the green, matches pretty much anything. I got green in there. Just a cool dive watch. Screw down crown, functioning bezel. Huge face. Beautiful, beautiful colors on the inside. 1,000 feet water resistant, 300 meter. So it is a dive watch. You can tell with the Russian diver headgear on it. Invicta makes some cool looking stuff, but they are very functional and they're serious. So that's one thing I like about them. It's an automatic, see-through on the case back. Hope you enjoyed this video of the Nike Shox. A pair I've never seen. I'm at a shopping mall and I have not seen these shoes in any of the stores in the shopping mall. I got this shoe at this shopping mall at the Nike store. So that Nike store has helped me out several times in coming up with shoes that no one else seems to have. And they got my money once again with this shoe. 13, 14, they have big shoe sizes and very unique shoes in those sizes. So if you can see right there, this is Baltimore, Maryland. I'm at Arundel Mills. That Nike store, if you have a 13 and up foot, I'm only giving it away because I hope you do go in there and steal all the shoes so I can stop buying them. But they really seem to look out for us and the larger size foot game. All right, thanks for watching another episode of Watching Shoes. Hope you had a good time. See you on the next video. Probably be not a shoe video. We'll see.